Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we're gonna have a look at stage 2 weight reduction for the Starlet. Stage 1 was just removing very simple basic things like the spare wheel, the jack here. I removed the wiper, which I blocked off with this grommet from Repco. I think it does a decent job. That looks alright. And it mostly stops the water from coming in, except when you go on the car wash. There's a little bit of water that slips through, but except from that, it's pretty good. And I'm not sure if you can hear me because it's bucketing outside. I might just wait a little bit. I also wanted to remove this one since I got it because it looked really dirty underneath, and as you can see it's pretty gross here. I already cleaned this side and it looks so much better. It looks almost new, but this side is still, yeah, pretty gross. So today I'm just gonna clean here. I already cleaned under the back seat, so even here looks pretty clean now. And then I guess, yeah, just removing the sound deadening here. And then I probably need to fix a leak under these lights because it kind of rains inside the spare wheel compartment here. And then also I'm going to work a little bit on the seats because I want to remove the metal plate. Yeah, for now I also want to keep the seat belts because I mean no one will ever sit in the back seats, and that's why I'm looking to make them lighter, but at least I don't want to risk being defected or anything like that, at least at this stage. So I'm just gonna leave them for now. I think also they don't really weigh much. Let's take a look on how to make the seats lighter. The main thing is about removing this metal plate. This is actually what makes the seat heavy. The foam inside doesn't really weigh much, so this is basically the frame. So once you remove that one, this one doesn't really have any anchor points, so we're just gonna try to remove this one and then just try to make it fit. So anyway, this is how I do it. Then maybe you'll find a better way, but I already did the bigger ones, which I think it's a little bit more difficult. So this one should be pretty easy, and I sort of already know how to do it. So the first thing would be to remove those metal rings and just remove all the cloth outside and separating the outside from the metal plate. So I'm just gonna cut those things and remove them. Okay, so we're just going to proceed to remove this one from the outside. Try to not to damage the foam inside. But at this stage we want to still leave the plate here because I want to make a couple of holes to make sure that we can still use the factory anchor points for the seat. I just want to remove this one from the back so it doesn't get damaged if the tree gets through. Okay. So now I'm just going to make 2 holes on the anchor points. Alright, now we can finally remove this metal plate. As you might feel, it's very heavy. The other thing, we need to remove this one. So this one from the top, we're just gonna twist it. We should come right off. this one should come right off. This one is very heavy. This one is comparison weighs nothing. So this is what we want to keep. Now the first thing I'm gonna insert this barb joiner that I got from Bunnings that are gonna act as factory anchor points or harnesses for the seat. So just here where I did I drilled in, I'm just gonna insert it here. And then I'm just gonna cut the parts that stick outside here. There you go, they're skyrocketing in space. And same thing for this one. And take off. Alright, now we're gonna bring it back in shape, and this is done. So because we removed the metal plate and now we don't have anything to anchor this sort of cloth on, I'm just gonna put some Velcro on the edges so it can actually fold and stick on the edges. The only tricky one is this side, because you see it's a very uneven surface and it's got an odd shape, so we just need to put some screws on that. So, but the first thing, we're gonna put some Velcros on those sides, so this one is, it's just easy to fold and stick it on. But first thing, we're gonna put a black bean bag. So yeah, because these these seats are kind of trash, so I thought this would do, just to cover this gross yellow foam. Just gonna get this bean bag, cut it, and just put it on top. Okay, second last step. Now we're just gonna glue this one back in so we can actually put the rest on top of it. Final step, we just put the screws in to put it back in. Final step, we're just gonna put the screws in and then put it back in the car. Alright, so the final step is just really to put it in using the factory harness, and that's possible just because we created the space for it. And basically it's still kind of fully functional. Obviously it's pretty soft. And the only issue I found is that because it got really soft, it tends to bend here in the middle. And so the way I solved the issue was just putting some double-sided tape in the middle, and also I made a clip, just a metal clip that holds them together on top. I don't really need anything here because it's kept in place by the seat belts, because it's really light. Even if you brake hard, this is not moving. And at the same time, yeah, it just stays in place. Now with this clip on top, this is very, very important. So here, pretty happy with the result. I mean, it took a considerable amount of time, but you might be wondering, why are you making all this work just to keep the seats and making them lighter? Why don't you just remove them? Well, that's because I want to participate into a hill climb event, which requires full interior. So I just gonna make it as light as possible. And yeah, still got a full interior, probably got rid of about 10 kilos in total. I mean, the trash look, I kind of like it. Even from the front, you can't really tell the difference. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the result. Alright, so now let's take a look if it's actually worth it to do this weight reduction. If if you're a weight reduction maniac like me. And let's see how much weight we actually save by putting the metal plates on the scale. Right, so looks like about 7.4 kilos. So not too bad actually, considering it's a free mod. Anyway, thanks for watching this sort of crazy video, or kind of useless video, but anyway, hopefully you like a bit of Starlet content, and I'll see you next time.